If you've ever wondered if getting a pessary will help stop your bladder leaks, this video is for you. My name is Brittany Capiello, and I am a pelvic floor physical therapist who has devoted her entire pelvic floor physical therapy career to helping women just like you. And today we're talking about pessaries. Now, a pessary is a device that is very similar to an old school, I'm dating myself, diaphragm that used to be used for birth control. It is a device that you insert into your vagina to help support the walls of the vagina so that nothing collapses down into it, which is what a prolapse is. So if we take a look at some of my diagrams that I've shown in other videos before, this is the normal layout of the organs in the abdominal canal. So if you were sort of looking at a side cross-section, you'd see the rectum, the uterus, the bladder. The bladder empties out the urethra. The uterus comes to the vagina. That's when you deliver a baby, out the vagina, rectum, through the anus, okay? Now, when you have a prolapse, what happens is that one of these organs, or sometimes all of them, or even the urethra, will start to collapse into the vaginal wall. And let me show you what that looks like. So here is a collapsed bladder. So you can see the difference. So the bladder in this diagram, you see is sort of nice and even. It's not collapsing down into anything. And then in this diagram, you can see where the bladder starts to drop in, and it starts to restrict that vaginal opening because the wall has collapsed down where the bladder is pushing into. Now, the job of a pessary is you insert it into here to basically push this part of the bladder back up so that it keeps the vaginal canal open so that nothing is bulging down into it. Now, how does that help with bladder leaks? Well, when you get a bladder prolapse specifically, what happens is that in a normal sort of unprolapsed bladder, your bladder starts to fill and then it empties out through the urethra. There's no sort of issue here. Gravity helps to eliminate that urine so that it comes out the urethra. But when you have a prolapse, what happens is that as this bladder fills, okay, everything that's up in here will get eliminated through the urethra. And sometimes what happens is that urine collects in this lower pocket that's sort of collapsing into the vaginal canal. So your body says, oh, I just went to the bathroom, everything's eliminated, I'm good. But then like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh man, I still really have to pee, even though I just went to the bathroom. That could be because you are holding excessive residual amount of urine in this little pocket over here. It also leads to incontinence, not only frequency issues, because your body says, oh, I just emptied, I went to the bathroom. And then if you go to move quick, somebody says something funny, you sneeze unexpectedly, your muscles aren't responding to pinch that urethra closed because they don't realize that that fluid is still in there, and urine can splash over. Think about trying to walk across the floor with a full glass of water. If you try to go real fast, the water will splash out over the sides. Same exact thing, okay? Your body's not prepared for it because it's not recognizing this pocket of urine that's hanging out there. What the job is of the pessary is to come in and to open this vaginal canal, which would push this part of the bladder back up, allowing everything to more fully empty, eliminating bladder leaks, and also helping with urinary urgency and frequency issues because this pocket will no longer be there or will not be as big, or it'll be at least lifted up so that urine can use gravity and dismiss itself through your urethra. So a pessary is a really great conservative method for managing bladder prolapse and helping to contain and to stop bladder leaks. Pessaries come in different shapes and sizes, and everybody's vagina comes in different shapes and sizes. So don't be frustrated if you try to get a pessary and you're having to try a couple different ones. I've had clients who will tell me that they're in the office trying to like jump up and down, see if the pessary stays in, does it fall out, does it feel comfortable? I've had women who think that it feels good when you're in the office, and then they go home and they start trying to use it, and they feel urethral pressure, they feel some irritation, they feel like it's falling out during bowel movements. These are all possible things. So if you decide to go the pessary route, it can be a great solution, but just have a little patience because it takes a little time sometimes and a couple different versions of different pessaries that are out there to find one that fits your body perfectly and in a way that helps you to be able to improve the prolapse, improve the bladder leaks, but not have any other symptoms or irritation from the pessary itself. Hopefully that helps. If you have other questions or you want to learn more about prolapse, go ahead on our YouTube channel and check out our video on what is bulging from my vagina to learn more about prolapse. We'll be back soon. Take care.